We got Hamas accepts a ceasefire deal to free more than half the hostages for 60-day truce in Gaza. Wow. Hamas has agreed to a ceasefire proposal calling for the terror group to free more than half of the remaining hostages in Gaza, including 10 living captives, in exchange for a 60-day truce, Egyptian mediators said. Senior Hamas official Basim Naim confirmed the group's approval of the proposal on Tuesday, which is nearly identical to the one put forward by Washington earlier this year. The deal would see 10 living hostages and the bodies of 18 others released in waves through the 60-day ceasefire, similar to the other exchanges that have taken place throughout the war. Israeli officials say Hamas continues to hold 50 hostages over 683 days in captivity, only 20 of whom are believed to still be alive. Israeli Americans Itay Chen, 19, and Omer Dutra, 22, are among the deceased. In exchange for the living hostages, Israel would agree to free 150 Palestinian prisoners serving life sentences. So basically, they want prisoners of war in exchange for the hostages. Basically, but I'm guessing these Palestinian I'm guessing these guys are soldiers. So it's like they're trading civilians for soldiers. So just take that however you will. As well as 50 others who were sentenced to more than 15 years in jail. Israel would also return the bodies of 10 Palestinian militants for each dead hostage. So basically, 10 dead Palestinian soldiers, right? For each dead hostage, according to the terms of the deal. The ceasefire deal also calls for more aid to flow into the Gaza Strip, though the involvement of the United Nations and International Committee of the Red Cross. The proposal allows Israel to keep its forces in Gaza, but calls for the military to withdraw about half a mile into the border zones. One of the big sticking points includes language that calls on both Hamas and Israel to negotiate the terms of a permanent ceasefire, right, during the 60 days of peace. It remains unclear if Israel will accept the terms of the proposal after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu suggested last week that he would no longer consider any deal that would only release some of the hostages. Netanyahu has since demanded that Hamas free all the hostages at once, telling Israel media that any partial deal is behind us. Asked about the newest ceasefire proposal, a spokesperson for Netanyahu's office reiterated to NBC News the Jewish state's determination to assume full control of Gaza, said Hamas appeared to be under immense pressure. President Trump's special envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, echoed Netanyahu's stance, previously telling the families of the hostages that piecemeal deals are no longer on the table. Now we think that we have to shift this negotiation to all or nothing. Everybody comes home, Witkoff had said. Despite the stated stance, Israeli officials are reportedly studying the deal as mediators await a reply. Tensions remain high over putting an end to the 21-month war, with the biggest issues surrounding the future of Gaza. Hamas has reportedly rejected any deal that would see it disarm until Palestinian statehood is granted, with Netanyahu refusing to end the war until the terror group is completely eradicated. Right. So basically, the Palestinian, right, apparently Hamas, even if that's what they truly want, I don't know if that's what they truly want. I think that's just a guise, right? But anyways, and then Netanyahu just wants to remove these guys out. Right, he doesn't care about, right, he only cares about these fucking militant motherfuckers who keep pushing into his country, right? That's all he cares about. Anyways, there you have it.